Things are getting real, Pisces. You know me, I am a Sun Pisces. I am Pisces rising. I've got Mercury in Pisces and I'm feeling it in my water, and only you can know what that means, okay? Things are getting real. It's kind of crunch time. This is not something that we particularly like, you know? We've all got kind of our head in the clouds, our feet in the water, anywhere really except in the 3D world that we're walking and living and breathing and interacting with the muggles in. So let's take a card and see what it needs to say to us. Okay, okay, I like that. Such a weird card. If you can hear weird noises, my cat is chewing a box in the other room. Is what it is, Pisces. We get caterpillar, which is like a caterpillar which has a cat's face. You know, you've got two fish swimming in different directions. If there's any weird shit going to go down, Pisces is here for it, all right? So I know that you're going to get this. This is an opportunity. When the going gets tough, the Pisceans get an opportunity. I expect if you look back over your life, as a Pisces, sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever, you will remember times of adversity. Because Pisces, I would say both sun, but definitely rising, usually have adversity in their life, particularly in childhood, where, and definitely leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on this, lovely fellow Pisceans. Childhood for Pisceans is a difficult time. You're like a little mystical fortune teller in a family of people who don't want to hear it. Okay? Hit the like button if that resonates with you, because I know that it does. Nobody wants to hear sort of prescient adult truth coming out of a child's mouth. And even the little Piscean doesn't really know how they know what they know, and only learns that when they say what they know or broadcast it, that the room seems to shrivel a little bit and everybody looks a bit cross. Okay? It's interesting. I've never seen this card before. This is my Shaman's Dream deck. Okay? And you'll get this, Pisces. I feel like, and all right, I'm not off my rocker, but I feel like this deck spawns cards when I'm asleep. Do any of you, and I'm calling on my Pisces tarot reader friends, okay? And I don't know if you've noticed, but many tarot readers on YouTube are Pisceans. Many tarot readers are Pisceans. Do you feel like this? This deck, I've had it 3 years and I've never seen that card. I use this deck all the time. I do 12 monthly sign readings. I do 12 extended love readings for each sign every month, all right? So I always use this deck. It's one of my absolute favourites. Never seen that. Never seen that card at all. I know. Heart, home, compassion. Now, Pisces, I tell you what the other thing I'm getting here is as well. This is kind of correctional, because what's going on for you now is to do with all the things that were going on for you way back when, okay? We're talking big style stuff here. We're talking childhood, we're talking teenage, then into adulthood, the whole 9 yards. And something that was always a little bit of a curiosity to you, or a shining light to you, or you were aware of it, but you were scared of it. And this could be your own intuition coming up for you, you know, that you knew things, you drank and you knew things, okay? Maybe you didn't drink, but you know what I mean. You were tuned into the mysteries of life that were way beyond your ken, okay? Now it's time to claim them. Starting with your own story, starting with your own, and getting truth and lies. So I do think it is as strong as that. I do think that for some of you, some of the stuff you've been fed is not really true, and that may come from those closest to you, and it's not a judgment on those people, because if anybody knows this, Pisces knows it, The world is not black and white in any way at all, is it? Those closest to us, heart and home, are sometimes the people that do the damage, you know? And sometimes we are. It just is. It's family and it's what happens. And this, it's like reclaiming something. And this may be occurring, and I'm using a deck for you that I never normally use actually. So that's probably a good thing. And also I think I'm going to use Brian and Wendy Frood. I might use that in the extended. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to do like a general reading. We're going to look at your love life, but it's all bleeding into the same thing. It's all coming from the same thing, which is reclaiming your territory, reclaiming your truth. And I'm going to write this down in my lovely, sparkly 4-coloured pen. Don't you just love a 4-coloured pen, Pisces? It's very Piscean and it's silver. Reclaiming your truth, reclaiming, I'm going to say your voice. I hate it when people say that, but yeah, it is. Reclaiming your truth, reclaiming your voice, reclaiming your history. It's not how they said it was. And you've known that for quite a long, this card has been wanting to come out for ages. Okay. You've known that for a long time. Yeah. Okay. Making notes because I'm a Pisces, you know I'm going to forget. Okay. Oof, gosh. And you. Alrighty. Hello. Oh, good. Okay. Looking a bit ropey there for a minute, but actually it's been redeemed. Right. This card, every time I shuffled, I could see it. And I did that thing that you do as a tarot reader where you think, well, I'll give you a miss, but if you really want to come back out, be my guest. And it goes, why, I will. So we've got the 5 of Swords, which is Venus in Aquarius. I don't know about you. I do know about you, Tracy. You've got Venus in Aquarius, I think. I have Venus in Aquarius. Anyone else out there with Venus in Aquarius? It's an interesting mix. When it comes up as a card here, it's about oppression. You can see it. It's also about hostage and disconnection and dissociation. And Pisces, this is clearly going to be quite a deep reading for us this month because we love a deep reading. Many Pisceans in their childhood, for various reasons, will dissociate because we're brilliant at it. Have you noticed that about yourself? If you are in hot water, if you're in a stressful situation, or sometimes you don't even know why you're doing it, but definitely as a little person, because you sense that there is a power that is not greater than yours, but definitely has more authority at that time. And so you dissociate. Pisces can make themselves disappear. And that's, you know, remember when I started at this reading, things are getting real, how we like to spend time up here, in the sea, nowhere in particular, but not really with our feet of clay on the ground. This is a call, and it's a bit terrifying, but necessary, and there is a huge opportunity in it to reclaim the battleground. And this is what the 5 of Swords does. In the Rider-Waite version of this card, it's got somebody very famously on the battlefield, and they're not fighting, they're not part of the battle, but they are collecting the swords as if they were. And it's a bit of a game of chess. It's a bit of a mind game. So I'm talking mind games here, and I'm going to write that down. Mind games are over. I've written down. I'm doing a lot of, I don't know if you've done this, like automatic writing where my intuition comes out because I'm writing. It's time to call a halt to the mind games. Now, this may be happening in your relationships. I think it is. I'm going to do your little love reading under here. There will be an extended love reading, as there is every month as well, where we get even more funky and we'll do even more channeling. But either way, it's coming out in your relationships, co-workers, family. friends, even people who've passed over, like parents, grandparents, ancestors. The whole lot is kind of coming up for question, coming up for grabs. It's not easy, but I think you know that. And then we have our Knight of Pentacles. I am the Knight of Pentacles. I am the most boring person in the world, but you can rely on me, and I'm going to give you the message to take it slow, one step at a time. That's the Knight of Pentacles. Boring, but necessary. Knight of Pentacles comes here to tell us not to do what Pisces normally does, which is to go, woohoo! Yeah, I'm getting a grip on the past. Dial it up to 11. Let's go. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Dissociate. Okay? No. Slow, steady, and boring wins the race. It's not our style. We tend to kind of, I don't even know what we do. It's a bit like, do you remember when you were kids and we were learning music at school and the ball bounced? And sometimes it did a little bounce, sometimes it did a big bounce. Hi Minnie, one of my cats wants to come up. Go on then, I'll move the hand blender so that you can sit on the ledge. Minnie's a Pisces actually, aren't you sweetheart? You're a Pisces. So yeah, the bouncing ball. Sometimes it went ba-bom bom bom, ba-dling. That's how Pisces does stuff. We go ba-bom bom bom. Oh yeah, I'll do some of that. Not in this. This is slow and steady. I'm going to say if you've got, you know, some earth in your chart, my moon's in Capricorn, I don't think I'd be able to get out of bed of a day. Well, I could get out of bed, but I don't know if I could stay out of bed without my moon being in Capricorn. So use any earth energy that you've got in your chart, okay? Use it because you're going to need it. This is about reality. It's about being in the 3D and making a difference. It's about renegotiating salaries at work. It's about self-worth. It's about not letting the BS slide. Normally as Pisceans, we're not very ego driven. We don't really need to like tub thump. We're not like, oh, I really need to be heard and I need my side and all that stuff. We're just like, come see, come sa, you know, swing. It all becomes glitter in the distance. Not this time. I'm not saying grab hold of every little thing. I'm not saying, you know, be a complete pain in the arse to everybody, including yourself. But you may need to be a bit of a pain in the arse. And you may need to be a bit of a stick in the mud. And you're not going to let the usual things slide by. Okay? Now, Pisces, if this is resonating, please do hype the video. This is a new button that YouTube has hidden from us all, but is now out there. I'm going to out the hype button. It is, if you're on a phone, find the like button, give it a little wiggle, smash that bad boy, and then scooch along like that past clip and all the other crap that you never use. Find hype, and if this is resonating, do help the video out by hyping it. Thank you in advance. Okay, now I was getting a bit worried with the Five of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. It was like, this is hard work, because to be 3D as a Piscean, to walk along the concrete, the mud, the sand is all right, I think, because it's near the water, but the concrete, the mud, the carpet, the floor, the real life, it's a little bit physically taxing for us, you know. We're mermen and women. We're used to doing that, slipping between the rocks. Some of us, I think, are octopus as well. Let me know. I know that sounds a little bit like crazy, but I'm sure it's going to resonate with some of you. And if you've watched an octopus, they can camouflage their colours, and sometimes they go for a tiny gap in the rock and they make their whole body go into a tiny morph thing. You can do that, Pisces, but at the moment, no. You need to be standing loud and proud like this chap here with his royal loincloth in the Six of Wands. Woohoo! Winner, winner, chicken dinner or vegan alternative. Right. Take courage from this. And remember, courage, the French word, corps, for heart, I think. And here it is. So it's not like heart home, home sweet home, let's get a lovely rug. you know, and a nice heated throw. Although, can I just say, a heated throw is probably one of the most precious things in my life. But it's more about claiming your ground, making everywhere a home for you, making it so that you feel like you are your own walking home. Okay, that's a channeled message. Oof, oof. You are your own walking home. God. Let's look at love and relationships. So this can be friendships. I'm not feeling that deck actually for love and relationships. Okay, which deck? It is this one. We're going with our funky sarsaparilla deck. The cards choose me, not the other way around. Right. Okay. Tell me a little, please, about love and relationships, Pisces. Now, other people don't always celebrate it when you find your boundaries. But the right people do. And it creates a filtration system by which if somebody doesn't want you to be yourself, or if they can't handle it, they're not your person. And that's that. And I feel like, oh, this is for November 2025. I don't believe I actually said that at the beginning. Sorry about that, Pisces. It's kind of a very typical Piscean thing, isn't it? I'll tell you everything except the date. Okay. But I think it's whenever you hear the reading, to be honest. I never met a Pisces that was that cleaved to time, really. Oh, way up. Hello. Ooh. I'm going to take maybe one more. Okay. Nine of Wands is the first card we get, and this is a card that is all about boundaries. Okay? Normally in the Rider-Waite, it's somebody who's like building a fence, aren't they? They're kind of like, don't come in, you know, I'm building the fence, I know what I'm doing, you're not coming in. It doesn't mean, and I would say, it depends how you are about boundaries. Most Pisceans are not brilliant about boundaries, again, let me know in the comments. I feel that March Pisces find boundaries easier than February Pisces. That's just my experience. My mum is a March Pisces. She's better at that than me, sort of, I think. February Pisces is just an earlier, more concentrated dose, but it depends on the rest of your chart as well. But anyway. Boundaries are going to be essential, okay? And people are going to test them. And where does this happen? Well, friendships and love life is usually the most acute place that this happens. You have the King of Swords. I mean, what is he wearing? I don't even know what the name for that thing is, and I'm not going to guess because we'll all get in trouble. But what in the Benny Hill is this? King of Swords, right? Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but also fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sag. That energy is big for us. Now, that can specifically mean air signs and fire signs, and I think it does in a lot of cases, but it can also mean, in the case of the King of Swords, people who do not mirror us emotionally. Most Pisceans, how can I say this? I'm going to say we work on the currency of feeling because we don't have much choice. That's what we do. We feel everything. You feel the stuff you want to feel. You feel the stuff you don't want to feel. You feel the stuff on behalf of everybody else if you're in a crowd, in the street, and let me know in the comments because I definitely do this sometimes. Some days you're all right. You can batten down the hatches and it's okay. Other days you feel like You're tuning into every person in the street. It's a bit like, you know, the film What Women Want, when he can hear what's going on in people's minds. Sometimes as a Pisces, and this is what would have happened when you were a child, you're almost tuning into everybody's inner thoughts. And then as a child, you then repeat those inner thoughts back to people and they go, okay. And as an adult, you've learned to keep them to yourself, but then they burble away in your head and everywhere else. And you're like, it can be a bit discombobulating. So with the King of Swords and the King of Wands, this is somebody, and this could be your ex, this could be a current person. The King of Swords is somebody who cannot mirror back, or finds it difficult to mirror back the feelings that you are emanating to them. So let's say you are with someone who finds it easier. Think of that as if a mirror was a cushion. You know, your mirror is cushioned. Imagine a Pisces mirror, like, I'm imagining like dimpled pink cushioned sides and maybe some fluffy stuff and definitely those lights and some glitter. But the surface of a Pisces mirror is soft to the point you could almost go in it. It's liquid, you know? But you're dealing here with someone whose mirror is glass. That it is mirror, whatever mirrors are made of, which I think is glass. The surface is hard. You can't... They reflect back to you a hard surface when you're reflecting a soft one. Who knows what kind of stuff we get to talk about when I do the Pisces reading. I love it because it's always weird. But I think you totally get what I mean. And then when you get the King of Wands, this is somebody, the energy is softer, but they're very kinetic. So you are more likely to be absorbing their power than being able to reflect your power back to them in a sort of equal exchange. So your relationships at the moment are in a process of recalibration when it comes to power. We then get the Four of Wands, which I'm really pleased to see actually, because this is like a little bit of fairy dust, a little bit of magic, 1111, a portal opening, an opportunity for you to... It's like an opportunity, like we had with the caterpillar, with the cat's face at the beginning, which arises in friendship or love life, which is, it's just one of those things, but it's nice. So you may meet somebody, you may move into a different level with somebody that you're already with. It's got some happenstance and some luck and some loveliness about it. I love that card. But next to it, a sobering reminder at the Eight of Pentacles not to take your eye off the target. And the target here is shit's becoming real and I'm becoming real. Saturn is in our sign at the moment. I think it's retrograde as well. And this is like constantly peeling back the onion, drawing back the curtains, saying, Pisces, who are you? Who are you? What do you feel? What do you represent? What are your boundaries? What do you find acceptable? What do you now find unacceptable? What have you outgrown about your relationships? And what is the new you happy to receive? And I said receive, not give. Pisces is a very giving sign. Some would say too much so. I'm not sure I would completely agree with that, but I do know what they're on about. It feels as if it's like a time of reckoning, but it's not just for November. It may begin in November, but I feel like it's in the next couple of years and beyond. To infinity and beyond, Minnie. Minnie's like, yes, I get it. I'm a Pisces. You are, aren't you, sweetheart? Okay. Yes, absolutely. We have a fork in the road. It's not even a crossroads. It's a fork. That's what it is. So there's a very real chance you could go down this road or that road, and one of them is better than the other. I mean, neither of them is terrible, but one is definitely a lot easier than the other. Be flexible. You're going to be at different points at different times, and that's a very Pisces thing. You could be halfway down one road and literally be picked up and transplanted onto the other road. And that might be the best thing. We also get to the sea. And to the sea is always a reminder that there is some element of this that is very Piscean, because we are creatures of happenstance. We are fish. We are supposed to be, although we have our feet and we're on the ground and we're in the 3D, we don't keep them forever. We're always morphing back into fish. And at that time, when it's time to be fish and be guided. And when it's time to be the human, walk on two legs. You know, you will know when it's which of each. God, there's a lot going on here. I'm glad we have the Six of Wands. I feel like this is a massive opportunity, but I do feel it's also a very big ask, okay? In the extended reading, we are going to look further into your love life, your love opportunities, how they feel about you, but also about you, I think, and where you can go with this and your potential to make sure you're not missing out on the best in your relationships, but also the best in your own life path, okay? There will be a link in the description box. I'm going to go and do that now. Who knows how many cats will be joining me because they're everywhere at the moment. I will see you on the other side. Namaste.